Okay, for this week, for the homework, what I'd like you guys to do is just kind of clean the site up a little bit. So for example, my dashboard, this is what I'm thinking for the dashboard. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom here. It's going to basically be just this table here. And what it'll do is, my view is it's going to have each marathon listed and then the number of runners that are currently registered, maybe registered within the last, you know, 20 days or whatever. I don't exactly know, and I don't need you guys to get it, that tight. I'm just going to explain what I would like. This table would be the dashboard. Manage marathons, same deal. All I want is this table. I want to delete everything else out. And then this table for the managed marathons, I'm guessing it's probably going to be like the marathon name, maybe the date, maybe ordered by date, and then have some type of an action where we can, click on like add, edit, delete, something like that, some actions thing in there. And again, you don't have to like lay it all out, but just get it cleaned up so like all this other stuff isn't there, and this is a good starting point. Add marathon. Basically, you're going to have like your marathon name, your date. So you can't put things in here that aren't in here, like city, state, zip. You can't, have a add marathon that has fields in there that are not in the database. So you're going to have to go shift and do database. And you got to remember, we're inserting the data that we're filling into that form into the race password. So we're going to have like a race name, a race location. So this will probably be like a description type of box. Another description type of box, and then some type of like date, time. So just keep that in mind. This is going to be the stuff that we're going to have to insert in. So you're going to basically do this. Doesn't look like they have a really good date, time, but for now you can just use a text box. We'll figure that all out. Manage runners. Same deal. Manage runners actually is going to be just like manage marathons. I'm just going to have this table. It's going to be, how is that going to be? Probably all the marathons listed. No, it'll be this table. And then what I'll do is I'll drop down box with all of the marathons in the drop down box. So something like this. We'll have a drop down with all of the separate marathons listed in here, and then we're going to select a marathon, and then the marathon will be in that drop down, and then all of the runners that are in that marathon will be listed here. And then this is where we'll have our update, edit, delete thing. We'll have different logos we can click on. Registration form. This is actually going to be simple. This is just going to be a fill-in form. So what we're going to do is just delete everything except for this part here. And this will have kind of like, I don't know if you guys ever did like PayPal, but you can offer things to be sold on your website through PayPal. That's kind of what we are. We're just a provider. And like if I go to PayPal and I log into my account, and I can do like a donate money to me button, and it'll generate that button for me. And if I want to put that button on my website, there'll be a certain chunk of code that I copy and paste on my website, and then that button appears on my website. People click on it, and then that money goes into my PayPal. That's exactly what we're doing here. So this will be like the code for the individual's website, and they'll just paste it in there. And it'll just be a form tag with some stuff, but we're going to assume that these people don't know anything about HTML. So this last part's the only thing we care about. So I'm just going to quickly just do the dashboard, just so that we kind of have an idea how this is going to go. I use my element inspector all the time. I'm just going to start by finding this guy here, because he's got to go, the bordered table. All right, so I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go, so I'm on my dashboard page, so I have to make sure that I go to my dashboard page. And then if I do a Control F, and then if I look for border table, okay, so I've got a row, I've got a red line. So I'm going to go to the beginning of the div for my row. I'm going to scroll down. There's my ending. So I'm just going to delete that out. I've got a basic table. So there's my beginning of my basic table. Just so that way I know table I'm interested is the contextual class. So I'm going to keep on going until I hit the contextual class. Okay, so I've got it at the beginning of the row. Going all the way down, I'm just going to delete each row out until I get what I want. How did I click off of it? I lost my red line. Alright, so I'm just going to save, come back over here, going to refresh. You know what, I'm just going to look for the contextual class. I'm going to do okay, so here's my row. That's my beginning of my row. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go to the beginning of my row, and then I'm going to scroll up. And this is some other row that I don't care about. Here's another row I don't care about. So I'm up to the head, so I got to go back down until I find the opening row tag. So I see I've got dashboard, tables, opening row. I'm just going to go all the way up to the top, page header, because I don't think I want anything but this. So I'm going to save that. See what it looks like. I always have an undo button. I'm going to refresh. Okay, so that's good. So okay, so there's a lot of stuff I don't like here. All right. Bootstrap docs. So let's see what that looks like. So the row is split 6 by 6, it looks like. So if I go, there's the other 6 with the bootstrap doc. So I'm just going to delete that out. And I'm just going to make it 12. I'm going to see what it looks like. I can always change it. So instead of having 6 and 6, I'm just going to make the whole thing 12. If I left it, then it would still be this small, and then this would all be white space. And for now, I like that. Now, I don't think I like this brown here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go again into my element inspector. And I'm going to just figure out what this panel is. So you see how I got the green line around it? I click on it. Okay, it's called page wrapper, which is something I would have expected. And I see it's sb-admin.css. Well, I know all my CSS is going to be in my assets folder. And I have an SB admin right there. Okay, I'm going to do a Control F, and I'm going to look for page wrapper. There's my page wrapper. It's got padding of 10. All right, so I'm going to do a minimum height. It's going to make it, what, 750 pixels. I'm going to save that. I'm going to refresh that. Page wrapper. was in the wrong one, I think. So let's save that. Okay, so I was in the right one. I don't know why it didn't show it. Okay, so that is what I want. $768. So let's just undo that. And let's just see where I was. Page wrapper. $768. Okay, there we go. Alright, so, alright, so it's a little bit big. I'm going to move it to 700 so I don't get the scroll bar. Oh, and I closed it. Save that. And it doesn't matter. I mean, to be honest, this is even fine. Okay, so anyways, now I could make this say dashboard, you know, so let's just go to 600. Contextual class, I'm just going to make that say dashboard. Capital D. Okay, so go here, refresh this. There we go. So this is what I'm looking for. All right, so we've got the dashboard. That's pretty good. You know, I mean, eventually we'll fill it in with better data, but this is the view. Managed marathons really is going to look just like this. I would actually steal that for both the managed marathons and the managed runners. With the managed runners, I would add just the select options in front of it. I just put that above it. And then the add marathon, I just get rid of the 2 columns, make 1 column. I'd get rid of this stuff. I'd make this say something like add marathon. Registration, I'd delete everything except for this last part here. Just leave that in there. So anyways, that's the homework. Just kind of clean this up a little bit. It's your site, you know, you're not gonna mess it up too bad. So anyways, just kind of have fun with it. All right, good luck.